Hi, this is Nico Hischier. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Saturday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from American Whiskey. Yes, American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center, next to Championship Plaza. As the Devils beat the Sabres 7-2 tonight, and then across the street, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal from his Michael J. Fox Studios in Beverly Hills, California. What's up, Scotty?
What's up there, Sam Wu? How you doing today? See, everyone's packed in over there at American Whiskey. Trying to get you a little bit of room there to do the old broadcast.
It's packed.
But I see
It's packed.
I see a nice tower of power right behind you.
Yeah,
over
we
there
got
with
Matt
an
Freudenberger back here. Yep, we got Matt Freudenberger.
Oh, excellent. Yep. Our good friend from Facebook over there. Very nice. And everyone on YouTube Live, Twitch, X, everywhere. Hey, we can celebrate. We won a game, and we're back to 500.
Yep.
So let's have a little party tonight. We'll talk with Mr. Sam Wu in a little bit. Let's do the rundown of this game. Happy Saturday on this Thanksgiving weekend. Oh, Max, super chat already. Woo! Thank you. The Anchor Brews are flowing over there at American Whiskey. Got the perfect tower there, shot right behind the king of the football calls himself, Sam Wu. And the Devils must have been thinking of Sam Wu today. I think they saw him up on the Jumbotron yesterday, buying chicken fingers.
By Tom,
in the
by
upper
the way.
decks.
His name is Tom, not
What's
Ted. It was actually Tom. Tom was the one that did it. He came up to us. He's like, you gave the credit to the wrong guy. I was like, I was going by Beer Baron. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Blame Beer Baron, okay?
Yeah.
Tom, we're sorry. He told us Ted. But he was probably drunk, so, fair game to him. But Tom, saw Sam on the Jumbotron yesterday, and obviously the Devils did as well, because they're like, we need to put a touchdown up for the king of the football calls in the final score today, and that's what they did. Let's talk about it. The captain is back. Nico Hischier, first game on the ice in 11. And if you were wondering where all the defense went to, well, I think it left with Nico Hischier, because I think we got our best defender back in the lineup tonight, and it showed. Someone to play defense, a 200-foot game, and is anyone going to go after Connor Clifton, the man who took out Nico Hischier, almost a month or so ago now? It's been some time. And Devils 3-game losing streak, plus this is another one of those back-to-backs, and we have struggled in the back-to-back so far this year. So this is a big question. And another victory, Bucks. Woo! Max is on fire with the super chat. So let's see what happens here. Like I said, captain's back. Will he lift Dawson Mercer like last year? Vitek Vanacek in net. And at first you're thinking, oh boy, I'm seeing a fourth line of Tierney, Bastian, and Brendan Smith again. And I know I immediately wrote it down right here. Oh, great. 3 lines again today. That was negative Scott a little earlier. Turned into very positive Scott, because I think Brendan Smith might have had his best game of the season. What's a Brendan Smith hat trick? Like a Gordie Howe. Brendan Smith hat trick is a little fight, a penalty, and an assist. That's a Brendan Smith hat trick right there.
And 6 chicken nuggets sold in the concession
And 6
stand.
chicken nuggets from the concession stands. Woo! But anyway, I was definitely proven wrong today. And has Brendan Smith found a new home on the left wing? We'll see. We'll see. But this game got started fast and furious by the man we were talking about yesterday here on the show. One of the few positives we saw in the loss to the Blue Jackets is the continual advancement in the hockey smarts department for one Alexander Holtz. And he started off the game with a bang. Dougie Hamilton, well, now that Nico's back, he doesn't have to worry about playing defense, so it's just all offense going forward. And Dougie got a wraparound to behind the net, and it was Eric Halla who made a beauty of a pass. Now, if the puck is going this way around, naturally, your goalie is going to look to this way. But Eric Halla stopped it behind the net and then shot it back the other way out to a streaking Alexander Holtz, who we talked about this when he was a prospect. This was his MO over there in Sweden, finding those openings and just using his shot to his advantage. And I think you're starting to see that he's finally starting to pick those lanes in the NHL. And tonight he was all over the place. And this one, he was in one of those lanes, wide open. And man, he just slammed it home for his 6th of the year at 1:31 of the first period. What? It's an early holiday miracle. The Devils have a lead, and they scored first in the first period. What is this? Who is this team? I don't understand. And then something else I don't understand. Ken Danigo, for a quick moment on TV, said, I don't think the Devils should go after revenge on Connor Clifton for the hit on Nico. He's a good kid. He's from New Jersey. He made a mistake. I don't care. We need to go and start standing up for ourselves. Does anyone remember? And by the way, Daniel changed his tune once Brendan Smith came into the action a little later. But did anyone? I forgot what I was going to say there. Damn it. Oh, yeah. Does anyone remember what Florida did last year when they thought that Nico cheap shotted Barkov? I mean, that crap lasted multiple games. I think Connor Clifton, thank you fans in attendance, because I heard the boos loud and proud over here from my couch. So thank you for getting in there. And yeah, I think the Devils should retaliate a little bit. Captain, they need to start sticking up for him. Alexander Holtz, what did we talk about yesterday as well? Starting to throw the body, and he laid a big check there in the first period after the first goal, and it wasn't too much longer after. 10 minutes later, half period later, whatever. Holy Toffoli makes it 2-0 Devils with his 10th of the year, the first Devil to double digits in the goal column. And this was on a very long and extended 6-on-5 delayed penalty where the Devils were just keeping possession of the puck. John Marino, our boy John, don't call me Dan, laces out, isotoner gloves. Marino did some really good work to keep the puck in the zone. Brendan Smith as well. Jack got a long-range shot on net, and Toffoli was right there as that extra man. I don't know if he actually was, but you know what I'm saying. In theory, he was that sixth guy that couldn't get covered, and he just swipes home on the backhand the rebound at 11:09. Even strength goal. That's 2 even strength goals. Man, out energized after that. Assists going to Brendan Smith and Dawson Mercer, someone we were talking about that needs to pick up his game. Let me tell you, this entire team did. Entire team with the return of the captain. Brendan Smith had another good shift after that. I was noting them. You know me. I've been picking on Brendan Smith. Yesterday, I kind of blew up a little bit after the loss on a few players. But Brendan Smith had another good shift here. He had a nice opportunity on a cross-ice pass from Big Bastion. So I was being proved wrong because I said, 3-line team. Blah, blah, blah. Well, they did some good stuff. And then before our man Brendan Smith came to the physical side of things a little later in the period. Woo! Another super chat. Hang on, I got to go over to the YouTube page. Who was it over here? Let me see. Oh, Codex. That's what I was saying to Sam Wu. They obviously saw him on the Jumbotron. But right here for your third goal of the first period. Yes, third goal of the first period. Who is this team? I don't know who they are. Usually they prefer to play from behind, trailing. Why? I don't know. They can do this. Nico Hischier gets a little bit of revenge on Connor Clifton as him and Jesper Bratt cause Clifton to cough up the puck just as he is exiting the Sabres zone. Jesper Bratt picks it up. He comes into the zone. And who does he pass? He passes across to Andre Palat, who's been playing a lot better in these recent games. And Palat gets the shot on net there. Comrie makes the save, but the puck bounces right off of a charging Nico Hischier driving to the net. I know he took a swing at it with the stick, but it looked like it went off his shin or his knee. Doesn't matter. It's in the goal. It's one of those dirty, hard-working, gritty goals that have been missing from this team since when Nico Hischier got injured. What do you know? The captain makes his way back on the ice with a statement, not only with the team play, but a goal to follow it up. And by the way, he was phenomenal in the face-off circle again, and he's added an assist later. Number one star of the night. This is what we've been missing. Holtzy had a nice redirect, working hard in the slot. Hall fed him from the point. Oh, that's right. That was that little tip. Try to redirect again. And then the man who we just mentioned, been working real hard. Starting to get paying off. Andre Palat. He's heating up. NBA Jams. Super Nintendo style over here. Bratt. Nice backhand pass across the ice through, I think it was like two Sabres defenders right there. And someone was on Bratt as well. And it found its way right through. And Palat is over there. High near side. That's right. Over the blocker. Woo! Pass Comrie. 4-0 Devils. Oh, by the way, the Nico goal was at 15:20. The Palat goal is at 18:27. The Devils dominated this period. And what a reward for a hardworking guy, Andre Palat, who we've been talking about for quite some time. There you go. Sam Wu's getting the chance over there.
Yeah, now everybody's so happy right now. They like me.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
4-0 Devils.
Got a lot of fans back there.
All right. So 4-0 Devils over here with the Palat goal, his second of the season. Jesper Bratt gets his 17th assist. Nico Hischier gets his first. Another even strength goal. 4 even strength goals in the period. And then finally, Brendan Smith. You earned your stripes. He goes after Connor Clifton. Someone finally steps up for the captain after all these times. No punches are thrown, but, the intent was there. And then Clifton kind of just fell back down. So he sort of answered the bell for it. But either way, nice to see Brendan Smith step in there, not go after, but drop the gloves with Clifton saying, hey, you can't do that to our captain. It's an important thing for them to do to get across to the league. They cannot be having their superstars taking cheap shots like this. So we've seen it happen plenty of times already. We know we're not the biggest physical team out there. Someone has got to step up. Thank you, Brendan Smith, for doing that. They only got roughing calls because, like I said, they did drop the gloves, but they didn't throw any punches. Clifton just kind of fell right down, and, Smith kind of, So either way, Brendan Smith going on everyone's good side over here. Second period, Dougie Hamilton in the penalty box. And by the way, the Devils chase Comrie from net. So is it Levy or Levi? I can't remember now. Levy, I think, right? Is now in net for the Buffalo Sabres. And they get a power play goal at 1:53 of the second period on that Dougie penalty. Skinner gets alone in the middle. This was actually really just a good play by him. I wouldn't say that the defense fell asleep on it like we have been seeing. This is just a good player getting open in the center of the slot on the power play. This is what they do. So I don't really blame anyone, and it's a tough one to put on Vanacek as well, whose save percentage is going to suffer because the Devils only let up like 12 shots, I think, tonight. But either way, Skinner buries it there for his 10th, coming from Tuck and Middlestad at 1:53 of the second period. PPG for the Sabres. But then, not even a minute later, what have we seen this team do all year long? Respond. And it's Holy Toffoli once again with some beautiful, beautiful puck movement all around the ice. And he's not going to get an assist on this, even though he was a big part of the play. Jack Hughes. He's the one who enters the zone. He gets a drop past to baby bro Luke, who finds Holtz open where? In the slot again. This kid is figuring out how to get himself open in there, much like Skinner just did about a minute prior. Only this wasn't on the power play. This was 5-on-5, even strength. And Holtz lets a ripper go, and the puck gets through Levi, and it's like trickling through, but no need. Because Tyler Toffoli's right there, again with the backhand sweep, puts it home for his 11th, team-leading 11th goal of the season. Holtz gets the assist, his third, and Luke gets his 10th assist of the season already. Great goal. And then Luke had a big hit on Benson. He stood him up at the blue line. This is the team that we've been missing for like this entire last month. Mikey McLeod and Alexander Holtz showing some good chemistry. There's a nice pass from the low boards across. That's right by McLeod to Holtz. Right in front again. He had a redirect opportunity. That was a good save by Levi. Toffoli almost gets the Hattie off the rush with Jack and Marino. Second period ends. Devils outshooting the Sabres 27-6. Domination. It's domination. We have to get some sort of Pantera domination. We have our Slayer, raining blood, raining pucks. We have to think of a domination one and do some Pantera as well. Either way, start of the third, problems. It can't be all sunshine and butterflies over here, apparently. Eric Halla does not return from the locker room after the second period, and the Devils are playing shorthanded. So we get Nico back, but then that's another really big piece of the puzzle that potentially could be out. I haven't heard any updates. I don't know, maybe Sam Wu will have some when we check in with him, but Halla does not return for the third period. But someone who we talked about at the start of the show, will the return of Nico Hischier lift Dawson Mercer? Either him playing with Jack Hughes or like we saw last year for that really stellar run he had, the Nico, Mercer, Thomas Tatar line, where those three were just on fire. Will that 200-foot game really impact Dawson Mercer? Well, at 50 seconds into the third period, Mercer got his 4th goal of the season. This was a blast from the point, and Jack Hughes finally gets an assist after setting up 2 of the other goals. He should have had 3 on the evening, but he finally gets an assist on this one. He feeds Dougie at the point. Dougie blasts it, and Toffoli and Mercer are both in front of the net, right where they should be, and the shot ends up going off a Mercer skate into the back of the net. His fourth from Dougie, his 11th, and Jaggy Boy, Jumpin' Jack Flash, his 17th assist of the season. Then, another power play. Who else? You know who. It's Brendan Smith. He's got to get his Brendan Smith hat trick. A fight, assist, and a penalty. And he takes a hooking penalty. The Sabres go on the power play, and our old friend from the Icelanders, Kyle Opozo, deflects a high shot from Owen Power. The Michigan boys, Luke Hughes and Owen Power, that was going wide, and it was high. It almost, at first glance, looked like it was going to be above the crossbar and be a high sticking, but it's just below it, and it's like going wide. And Opozo stuck his stick out far and shot it back the opposite direction. That was a nasty shot. And again, it's not something I'm going to put on Vitek Vanacek. It was just one of those, tip your hat type of shots. That was really good. Opozo gets the power play goal. So the Devils' penalty kill, not so good. His second from Owen Power is 9th. And Peterka, his 8th as well. But then Nico Hischier showing that grit and determination. That's 6-2, by the way. I forgot to catch you up on that. After the Mercer and Opozo goal, 6-2 Devils. And then the Devils go on the power play due to Nico Hischier. Like I said, that grit, that determination. He's got the puck. He's moving in. He cuts to the front and drives to the net. And what did you try? Was it an interference or was it it was slashing call? It was a slashing on Dahlin. So the Devils go to the power play. Can they put it at home? And they do with the Michigan boy. They put the touchdown on the board for the king of the football calls himself, Sam Wu. This is unassisted, going to Luke. He drives in on the wing, and he lets one of those patented Jack Hughes shots. When Jack is coming up the wing, and he's going to shoot on the goal, and he shoots it back across the opposite way to like that far side, no angle. Well, Luke didn't get that far picking it off like Jack usually does, but he got it in between the blocker and the arm of Levi, and he's trying to close it, and you see it kind of deflects off his back and then into the net. Luke, unassisted PPG power play goal for the Devils at 5:38 of the third period, his second of the season. 7-2 New Jersey Hockey Devils. And that's the way it ended with the touchdown on the board. Your 3 stars of the night, Holtzy, Holy Toffoli is your second, and Nico, your first star of the game. Shots on goal for the Sabres, 3-3-6 for a total of 12. That's why I say I feel bad for Vitek Vanacek. That save percentage is going to come down a little bit. Only 10 out of 12 saves, but those two, man, he had no chance on either of them. Devils, shots on goal. Listen to this. Now, this is what we like to see. 18, 10, and 10 for a Slayer. Raining blood, raining pucks from the Devils on the ice. 38 shots on goal. The Devils out-hit the Sabres 34-9. That is a crunching, my friend. Both power plays were 100%. Sabres were 2 for 2. Devils were 1 for 1. Devils had the edge in the faceoffs. 32 wins to 24. Man, Sabres also had 19 block shots. This is the win that this team, that this fan base, that everyone needed on this holiday weekend, Sam Wu, because it was about to get really stressed out.
Really bad.
Really stressed out here in Jersey. And as you can see over there at American Whiskey, tip your bartenders, Peyton, Alejandra, the rest of the crew, drinking and crew brew as well. You can see everyone is having a good time on this Saturday night. We're going to get to everybody on YouTube Live and Facebook Live and, X and Twitch. But first, the greatest heel in the history of Hockey X, the king of the football calls himself, who the Devils personally put a touchdown on the scoreboard for tonight. And yes, he did have a Sam salad while he was in the arena. Let's talk to Sam. By God, woo!
What a great night, Scotty, from start to finish. I started my day here meeting up with Paul Marino. We had a little lunch.
Uncle Paulie.
I said, look, I go to this place a secret place in Newark, and they win. So we're going to do it. So I took them to this place, and the whole time we're chowing down, the salad, the vegetables, all that kind of stuff. And then we went back to American Whiskey. I did Game Day Live with Rebecca Moose and Tara Hoffman. So that was great. And the Anchor Brew was just flowing all over the place. A lot of towers going. Let me tell you, Rebecca and Tara crushed that tower, the Anchor Brew Tower, in less than an hour. Just very impressive.
We love our girl Moose.
Yeah, very impressive. Yeah, and obviously I sent you some exclusive photos of that. Earlier.
I did see that. They were having a good time. They were having a good time, as I saw. I'm happy.
You know my investigative journalism. Wherever the action's at, I am there. And I know Brendan Smith listens to this podcast, and I saw him tonight.
Oh, of course. Mm-hmm.
And let me make this clear about Brendan Smith and Andre Palat. They mean so much to this team because they are the definition of grit. They are the definition of when they're uncomfortable, they do it anyway. And look, it's not easy to ask a defenseman to play forward and vice versa. But Brendan Smith, that Clifton play that you were alluding to, Scotty, I was there, and what I found, it was enough to deter Clifton from doing anything to Nico the rest of the game. There were a couple sequences in the third period. Clifton could have lined up Nico, put a hard check in. Instead, he let up. Not once, but twice. 2 sequences I found in the third period. That's all you need. And you know what? It was a good play because you know why? I don't believe there was a penalty on the play. So you sent the message. You didn't have to beat up the guy. No punches were thrown. But peace through strength, they sent the message. Nobody touches Nico Hischier. Done. And that's the response we want. This is what we wanted the entire time. You don't have to throw down the gloves, but you do have to send a message. Because the Devils, they're pillars. Hughes, Hischier. Obviously, they're so important to the team. Why? Well, they were out for a couple of weeks, and guess what? Everything fell apart. Now they're back together again. Now let's protect them. Let's play some better defense. Dougie Hamilton, dumb penalty, led to a power play goal. Not so good. Got to work on that. You have to work on it. And there's a lot of things they still have to work on. Granted, they beat a crappy team. They lost their best player.
No Tage Thompson tonight.
Yeah.
I left that part out of the monologue, Sam. Well, I just wanted to celebrate,
Oh, I know. But the reality is, Scotty, this is a victory that they needed. They responded. And they gave up less than 3 goals, which is rare. And
I didn't even harp on that. Yeah, good call.
And they at one point I'm like, they only have 8 shots on goal in the third period. So, yeah, it's something to build on. This team still needs a lot of work, but it's a very talented team. This is a team.
Very talented team.
This is a team that has a lot of depth. Now let's just put it together. And as you can see, the beefalytics came in a little bit.
Yes.
And Brendan Smith, I'll be honest with you, he can do it all. We joke about
he looks like a better forward than defenseman right now.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I'd rather have him not selling chicken nuggets upstairs either, because you can put him anywhere. You can put him anywhere. By the way, Mrs. Wu actually met the Smith family yesterday.
Oh boy!
Coincidentally,
but they're like, oh, you're married to Sam, huh?
Yeah. Stay away from this lady.
Do you know what he photoshopped the other day? And she's like, no, that was actually Alan.
Yeah, that was Alan.
That was Alan from the YouTube page.
Yeah.
No, this was definitely a confidence-building game. And you saw the Devils beat a team. Who just said that? Someone just said it in the chat. They beat a team, Damian Rasputin. They finally beat a team they should have beat. Yes, this is what they should do to teams like the Buffalo Sabres. They should be able to outscore them mightily. And they should be able to win these games at these margins with the like Sam Wu says, the talent that is there on this team.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to say though, they did get matching minors. Brendan Smith did get matching. Him and Clifton did get matching minors for that, because I don't know if you saw or not, because Sam Wu was, he was getting those chicken tendies. They did actually drop the gloves.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah,
I was too busy.
But no punches were thrown. Yeah, no punches were thrown. So, yeah. But either way, I loved Brendan Smith's play tonight. I liked the way Palat played again. Jesper Bratt, it seems to be, looks like he just went into like a little slump there for a bit, and he seems to be finding his way out of it nicely. The captain being back and Jack Hughes being back. Wow. It turned me into Christopher Walken. Wow, Sam Wu. Man, these guys, they're important. This Nico and Jack Hughes. Wild.
Give me more Nico.
Yeah. I got to tell you, fellas, you're going to want more of that Nico in your season.
Yeah.
They really do make a world of difference. And, yeah, have we not all just been and again, we know it's against the Buffalo Sabres, so but they take a little, they got the Icelanders next, so another team that they should be able to beat. Let's see how they do. But still, for the past month, we have all been saying the defense is atrocious. The defense is atrocious. The defense is atrocious. And, I don't think any of us really stopped to say, like, or maybe what I'm trying to say is now we can really appreciate the full 200-foot game that Nico Hischier plays and at the level that he plays at, because a lot of those holes that we have been seeing and complaining about for the last month were suddenly cleared up and not there anymore. And suddenly the puck was getting out of the zone just fine. And, there were no, questionable decisions being made. And someone was always back when Dougie Hamilton was out of position. I think it really, brings upon a true appreciation for what Nico Hischier does.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a text.
Well, they don't call him the best side guy in the business for nothing over here, folks.
Sorry, I'm getting text messages about how great this beer is. That's all. I like compliments.
Oh,
it helps
man.
with my self-esteem. Also,
boy.
I just got a text.
Oh, go ahead.
I just got a text that Rebecca and Tara are back home. I just,
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm just
Good.
waiting on Paul Marino's in 3 hours. Anyway.
Yes. And yet Tom, Ben G. Oh my goodness, I got a fever. And the only prescription is more Nico. Oh man. We're going to have to get Beer Baron to do that because his Christopher Walken is actually good. Mine is just terrible. But JP as well. They're all talking about Holtzy and JP and Max. Tierney, yeah, he actually, he wasn't that, like I said, that fourth line wasn't the old, we're only playing with 3 lines tonight type of situation. Brendan Smith went above and beyond. Bastian had a pretty strong game as well. He was popping around to a couple different lines. And yeah, Tierney, when he was out there, he wasn't making any major mistakes, and he did get 1 or 2 good opportunities with Nate Bastian as well. So that was something nice. Something we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, man, that's a strong effect the return of Nico Hischier can have.
I underestimated Nico. I didn't think he had that. I honestly thought Jack was the leader of the team, but Nico changed everything. He made everybody play
He really
better.
did. Yeah. He really, really did.
And that's why he's the captain. I will never question that ever again. I will not question this again.
Yep, and I see JP over there. Nico's D is what's been missing. Ronaldo wants some. What is this? Holtz skating with elite talent. Oh no, I'm not trading Holtzy.
No.
I knew I was gonna start seeing those somewhere. Yes, Beachmaster, I agree with you. Holtz has got that swag. Did anyone hear anything about Hall? I'm going back through the old YouTube chat over here.
Not sure about Holla.
Okay.
By the way, I went to get my Holla stick. They forgot.
Yeah?
They forgot.
They forgot about it?
They forgot about it. It wasn't there. I was like,
It was in like it was in the locker room. Max says nothing on Holla.
Yep.
Nothing on Holla per Amanda Stein. So
okay.
We'll wait and see. Hopefully it's just precautionary. Hopefully it's not like he's going for an MRI or something like that. That would suck. Yeah. Because once he moves back down into that third line, occasional second line, I mean, he really becomes a weapon. You know, those face-offs, that gritty play. He had a few hits tonight as well.
Yep.
And a couple of good opportunities. He set that one up for Holtzy right 50 seconds into or a minute and a half into the game. So.
Yep.
Yes, Tom. Holtzy also had some good back checks. I saw those as well. He's rounding into a really good player. I like this kid. I know people. I think a lot of people might see him as trade bait, but I think that would be a mistake to trade him.
Yep.
Unless you're getting you got to be getting a really, really, really money D-man, young D-man. You know, he's not something. I don't know. I just wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade him.
Not yet. Not yet. This is not the time. His value is still low on the trade market. Let him show what he can do and then assess, because he hasn't hit his potential yet.
No, not at all.
Alexander Holtz. And by the way,
we're
remember my hot takes a few months ago.
Yeah, he's going to have more goals than Ovi.
Yeah.
So that's Hot Takes with Sam Wu, by the way. You can follow that hashtag for all the glory that is Sam Wu on X. Yeah, but Holtzy, I think, is going to be something special. I think he's going to be a dangerous weapon that can be floating around that third line. I mean, he'll get moved up eventually, but when you think about the idea of him being down there on that third line, man, that make that team just so much more dangerous top to bottom. Okay, Timo, we got JP says Timo is skating, so he'll be back soon. That's even better news.
Better news, yep.
Happy holidays.
8-point-something million dollar man.
We need to get these guys back. Holtz becoming more complete. Oh my goodness. Hitting, getting open, scoring. Yep. Showing the speed, the back check, the forecheck. Yeah. I agree. He's been playing well in all areas that he's been put out there. And he's figuring, I think the most important thing is he's figuring out how to get open in that slot. You know, we talked about the Swedish league, the rink being a larger size. It's easier to kind of get lost on the ice out there. You know, he's really and he's doing it in the high danger spots too. It's not like he's doing it on the way outsides or whatever. He's getting open right in the friggin' slot, so it's awesome. That's what we want to see. Steven Engel says, oh yeah, was that Fitzy's first pick as GM? I guess so.
Alexander Holtz?
If Steven Engel says it, then it must be true. That's what I read on the internet, so.
That's Steve Engel. I hope he shows up to American Whiskey again, because he knows his stuff.
Press one for Oh, man. But what a great time. We finally get a nice win to talk about, something fun. You get the captain coming back. He makes an immediate impact, not only in the locker room, but out there on the ice, in the game. Jack Hughes is starting to skate much better. Timo is on his way back. We got to figure out what's going on with Holla. And we'll see what's happening here. You know, the doom and gloom from yesterday has kind of been lifted with this win. because this is the win we would expect from them. This wasn't a 2-1 nail-biter going down to the last minute where they're just barely scratching by. This was, like we said, in the words of Pantera, domination! Very excited to chat with everyone again tomorrow. Here, that's right, Max. No misery bucks. No misery bucks tonight. Yes, and yes, we've got to shout out Colin Miller for his stellar play down there on the third pairing, making Luke Hughes seem a whole hell of a lot more comfortable. Like I'm saying, Brendan Smith, no more defense. Winger for you, buddy. Winger for you. But we're going to talk about it again tomorrow on the big show, Sunday night show, Let's Go Devils podcast. Sam Wu, Shorts Guy, Beer Baron, myself will be around to overanalyze and make bad jokes and talk about the week that was and the week that's coming up here. And I'm sure a few Thanksgiving highlights or whatnot. But please join us tomorrow night right back here. Let's Go Devils Podcast Network. Like, follow, subscribe on the old YouTube page. You can get an alert whenever we go live. Same thing on Facebook. I don't really know how friggin' Twitter and Twitch works, but something like that. But thank you, everyone. This is a big win. Thank you, everyone down there at American Whiskey. Drinking those Ant Crew brews. Brought to you by Departed Souls and, of course, the Let's Go Devils podcast. Big shout out to Alejandra and Peyton back there. I see him kind of popping in the screen behind the legend known as Sam Wu. And that is... Oh, wait. Real quick. Max is... Brendan Smith hat trick is penalty with goal scored against and a fight. Okay, all right, fine. Okay. As long as that penalty is a part of that hat trick, that's all I really care about.
I was hoping
Let's turn it over.
I was hoping the Nuggets would factor in.
And a box of chicken nuggets to go with it. So thank you, everyone, on YouTube, and always for the creativity, for the creative funny you always bring to this show, Devils After Dark. I'm Scotty. I'm going to turn it over there to Sam at American Whiskey for the final goodbyes.
Yeah, thank you to all those tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. 9 p.m.
Ronaldo with the super chat.
Thank you, Ronaldo. Thank you to everybody. We'll be back Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern for the Let's Go Devils podcast. Till next time, let's go Devils.
Nico.